Hello students, welcome to the last part of Bohr's atomic model. I think you are all enjoying the Bohr's theory. Are you in full high spirit, full josh? Now you are realizing the difference between 10th and the 11th class. But I know you belongs to the wise category. So we will crush the bulky syllabus into powder form. So let us be ready for the today's session on the last part of Bohr's model. Before we go into the final part of the Bohr's model, as usual, I start with the important captions. The first caption is energy is liberated matter. Matter is energy waiting to happen. Ah, beautiful. Once again, please. Energy is liberated matter. Matter is energy waiting to happen. This is clearly, it gives the relation between the energy and the matter, the two entities of our universe. And Albert Einstein told this statement in the form of E equal to mc square. E energy, m matter. So very beautiful caption and meaning also. So I have selected this one. Second caption is food is simply sunlight in cold storage. Because for the preparation of food, we require sunlight. So it is one form of energy becoming the other form of energy. That means it is also strictly according to the one more important law of nature, the law of conservation of energy. Energy disappeared is equal to energy appeared. So these two captions will give the importance of energy. Therefore, with energy captions, by becoming energetic, we will start today's very short session. Energy is everything, everything is energy. In the previous discussion, energy of an electron for hydrogen was equal to how much? Minus 13.6 by n square electron volts. Okay. We will convert electron volt into joules. For this, we require converting factor. Converting factor is here. 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 joules. So you can convert 13.6 electron volt equal to 2.17872, sorry, 21.7872 into 10 to the power minus 19 joules. This is written in the form of scientific notation equal to 2.17872 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. Therefore, energy of an electron for hydrogen in its first orbit n equal to 1 equals to minus 2.17872 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules, again approximated to minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. This is given in the textbook, but I have made it in the form of 13 minus 13.6 into by n square. So minus sign indicates energy of the electron is negative in the orbit of an hydrogen atom. In the form of electron volt, I have made it now in the form of joules. He has given in our previous discussion, we have calculated the radius of an electron for hydrogen in its first orbit where n equal to 1. It is 52.9 picometers. These values, the two values 52.9 picometers and minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. These values are called Bohr's radius and Bohr's energy respectively. The value 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules is called Rydberg constant. R stands for Rydberg and this constant is for hydrogen, because he has done work for many atoms, because hydrogen is the first one and the simplest one. Therefore, This value is for the hydrogen. That's why it is written as RH, Rydberg constant for hydrogen atom. So where S stands for hydrogen. This is very important for today's session. What does the negative electronic energy for hydrogen atom mean? We have seen the negative value for the energy. What does it mean? Before you go for the discussion, this is the important statement. Not just in atomic theory, anywhere in physics or chemistry, energy when negative indicates attractive forces. Okay, this is according to Coulombic electrostatic forces. That means negative sign indicates there is a attractive force between the electron and the nucleus. Electron is not free. When it starts entering towards the nucleus, it starts losing energy. So it is becoming more and more negative. As it goes away from the nucleus, it starts gaining energy. Okay, so a stage will come where electron is totally lost. Lost means what? So it is not under the control or under the nucleus. So that stage is called as what? Ionization stage for the atom, or it is the independence for the electron. This I told in the yesterday's discussion. So that's why when it enters, it will enter up to what level? Up to the first level, that is the closest level, n equal to 1. Up to that only it is allowed. So that is called most least energy form of that electron. So that energy state is called as the ground state. Under normal condition, it is in the electron is in the ground state. Okay, that is the meaning. We can rectify this statement through the following statements. Energy is the capacity to do work, and hence both are measured by the same units. In this case, joules or EV for microscopic values. Work equal to force into displacement. This is from the physics. In simple terms, or to expand the definition, it is the scalar product of two vectors, namely force and displacement. Completely physics knowledge. In the hydrogen atom, now we will apply the physics to the chemistry under the branch physical chemistry. In the hydrogen atom, the force we are primarily referring to is the attractive force acting between the nucleus and the electron, and this is obviously electrical in nature. We know for a fact from Coulomb's law that the electrostatic force between two like charges is positive in sign, while that between two unlike charges is negative in sign. Hence, negative force means negative sign means that it is attractive in nature. This already I made in the beginning of the caption, and now it is in the physics form it is explained here. Therefore, this negative force vector and its multiplied value with the displacement vector gives the value of the electron's energy in the negative sign. That is the meaning of what? That is the meaning of what? Electron in the negative form, that is, it is under the control of nucleus where attractive force is there between the plus nucleus and the negative electron. So today we have completed the Bohr's postulates. After the completion of the Bohr's postulates, we will go for the one more important uh, point of the second chapter, that is regarding the what are the new developments that happened once again between 1800 and 1900 that led to the conclusion that even Bohr also is suffering from some one or two drawbacks. So after understanding the happenings of the modern chemistry, And after knowing what are the few drawbacks or limitations of the Bohr's theory, we will go for the most important final. At present is final. Who knows? In future, some other theories may come to describe in different way. So the fourth model of an atom, which is known as the quantum mechanical model by various eminent scientists. So with this today, we will conclude a short session on Bohr's theory. Thank you one and all.